Hello friends, welcome to Grade Up. Good morning Arun. Good morning Sonakshi. Sakshi, good morning. Good morning Vandana. Ramtej, good morning. Manipriya, good morning. Gajendra, good morning. Abhilasha Jadhav, good morning. Good morning Anu, Pawan, Subham, Nihar. Good morning to all. So this session is the last session of the two-port network. So far we have discussed the parameters and the interconnection of two-port network. So this session is about the symmetry and reciprocity of the two-port network. So I am starting the session. Good morning Payal, Sachitra. Good morning. Yes, Nikhil, I will take the practice session tomorrow at 4 p.m. I will take the practice session of the network theorem about the KVL, KCL. I will take tomorrow, Monday. I will take practice session tomorrow at 4 p.m. Monday at 4 p.m. I will take the practice session. Sir, yesterday class first homework work G2 is equal to delta Z upon Z11. Okay. Delta value is coming positive. Okay. It is the relationship between the G parameter and the Z parameter. Okay. Okay, Arun, I will check. Good morning, Yashwant. Arun, I will check. You are saying that I think G22 is equal to delta Z upon Z11. I think you are saying. Okay, I am check. I will check. The relationship between the G parameter and the Z parameter. Ratha Roman is saying practice session. I Monday, tomorrow Monday at 4 p.m. I will take the practice session. And in the practice session I am thinking I will cover questions about the KVL, KCL and network theorem. And practice session about the two-port network. I can take the questions in the next session, or if you say I can take the practice in the practice session question about the two-port network also. Two-port network. But it is sure that on Monday, that is tomorrow at 4 p.m. there is a practice session of the questions. In the practice session I will discuss the questions only, and questions about the network theorem, about KCL, KVL, and if a student suggests, I can take the question of the two-port network. But this is the sure, I will take the questions about the KVL, KCL and the network theorem. Yes, Sivans. Yes. Arun is saying PPT. They are saying that from Monday they will send the PPTs on your mail. They will send the PPTs to your mail from Monday. From Monday they will send you. Okay. and symmetry. Okay. Determination of equivalent resistance using the symmetry. Determination of equivalent resistance using the symmetry. Determination of R equivalent using symmetry. Using symmetry, and I can take the questions in the infinity ladder. In case of infinity ladder, what is the R equivalent? In case of the infinity ladder network, what is the R equivalent? R equivalent in case of the infinity ladder network and in case of the symmetry. How we can calculate the R equivalent in case of infinity ladder network or symmetrical network? Okay. So about this session, in this session we will discuss Vishnu Reddy saying, sir, explain how can we identify series and parallel. Vishnu Reddy, Vishnu Reddy, basically series parallel connection. You can the series parallel connection you can identify by two ways, according to connection and according to electrical property. If current is same, if two or more than two resistors are connected in such a way that the current in the first resistance is same as the current in second resistance and the current is in the same in the third resistance, they are in the series. R1, R2, R3 are in the series if current remains same. If two or more than two resistors are connected in such a way the current is same in all the resistors, they are in series. And R equivalent is R1 plus R2 plus R3. Sri Ramya is saying, sir, your teaching is excellent and easy to understand. Thank you, Sri Ramya, thank you. So R equivalent is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. It is according to the electrical property. Electrical property of the series network is current remains same in the series network. And if two or more than two resistors are connected in such a way, more than two resistors are connected in such a way, the voltage across the resistance remains same. If the voltage across the resistance remains same, means the voltage across the R1 is same as the voltage across the R2, the same as the voltage across the R3. If the voltage across R1, R2, R3 are the same, that means they are in parallel. 1 upon R equivalent is 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. Cascade in the cascade and series different in the two-port network. In the two-port network, cascade and the series are different. But as far as the resistance are concerned, resistance, cascade and series are same for the resistance. Because second terminal is connected to the first terminal and you can say output is connected to the second terminal. So in the case of resistance, it is the series, not the cascade. But two-port, in the two-port, cascade means output of the first two-port becomes the input of the second two-port. Second, series parallel connection can be identified using the connection. If two or more than two resistors connected in such a way that their first terminal are connected to at a single point. If two or more than two resistors are connected in such a way, one terminal is connected at one point and other terminal, second terminal is connected at other point, it is called parallel. It is the connection according to the parallel connection. One terminal is connected at one point and resistance, second terminal of the resistance are connected at same point, it is called parallel. Or series, two and more than two resistors are connected in series such a way second terminal of the first resistance connected to the first terminal of second terminal of the second resistance connected to the first terminal of third and so on, they are the series. R1, R2, R3. Bartlett theorem is not in the GATE syllabus. Bartlett theorems are not in the GATE syllabus. Okay. Nikhil, don't worry. The problem related to the transformer, I will cover in the magnetic circuit. When I cover the magnetic circuit, then I will cover the two-port and theorem network with the transformer and magnetic coupling. Because without magnetic coupling, you cannot solve the two-port network. Yes, yes. Abhinav is asking about how to find the equivalent resistance in a cube. Okay, okay, okay. Now I am starting the Subham is asking, sir, can you explain the Barkhausen criteria? Yes, of course. It is the positive feedback. In the positive feedback amplifier case, we use the Barkhausen criteria. Okay, okay, it is very easy. Yes, Saurabh. You have joined the session just now, and I am starting the today's session that is about the symmetry and reciprocity. So I am starting. Okay, okay. Equivalent capacitance in the series is also in the cube. If you want to calculate the equivalent capacitance in the cube, you can calculate very well. Very easily you can calculate. I will tell you how you can calculate the equivalent capacitance in a cube or equivalent resistance in a cube. It is easy, but I have to take the question before that. So in the practice question, I will include that type of question also. I will include that type of question, and the uh, doubts asked by the students, I will include also that doubt also. I will include the doubt also. The students send the doubt, some doubt. I will include the doubt also. Yes, yes, Shiv Shankar. Thank you, Shiv Shankar. So in this session, we will discuss about the condition of symmetry. I will discuss in this session condition of symmetry, physical significance of the symmetry, physical significance of the symmetry, condition of symmetry in terms of parameter, condition of symmetry, condition of symmetry in terms of parameter, in terms of two-port parameter. In this session, we will discuss first one is the what is the condition of symmetry in case of two-port network, what is the physical significance of the condition of symmetry, and what is the condition of symmetry in terms of two-port network. Good morning, Pawan. And second one, we will discuss the condition of reciprocity, condition of reciprocity, and physical significance of the condition of reciprocity, physical significance, of reciprocity, and condition of reciprocity in terms of parameter, condition of reciprocity in terms of parameter. Two-port parameter, two-port parameter, and the above all, symmetry and reciprocity. If it is not in the asked in the question, how we can smartly use, how we can smartly use in the question, in the gate question or competition question, how we can smartly use the condition of symmetry and reciprocity. If we know circuit is symmetrical, then Z11 is equal to Z22. So if we know in the case of symmetrical network, Z11 is equal to Z22, and if you have calculated the Z11, no need to calculate the Z22. So if one parameter is known and you know whether a network is symmetrical or reciprocal, if you judge, you can say what is the other parameter. So no need to calculate the all parameters if you know network is symmetrical or reciprocal. If network is symmetrical or reciprocal, you use the condition, and by using the two port parameter condition of the symmetry and reciprocity, you can calculate the other parameter also. So we will discuss condition of symmetry and condition of reciprocity in terms of parameter. And it is expected that you must know, you should remember all the condition of symmetry and reciprocity in terms of the parameter. At least you must know. At least you must know. Okay. So symmetry, condition of symmetry and condition of reciprocity. First we will discuss the condition of symmetry. Condition of symmetry. Determination of parameter is always very important, because most of the time you can solve the problem by determination of the parameter. So determination of the parameter is always very important. And Ratha Roman, last class was very important, because for the interconnection of two port network you must know how to calculate the parameters. If you know how to calculate the parameter, it is very easy to solve the question. So in the case of two port network, what is the condition of symmetry? Case 1. Case 1, if you supply the voltage, at input port, and output port is open circuit, that means I2 is 0. And you calculate open circuit driving point input impedance, ZOC1, open circuit driving point input impedance. So open circuit input impedance is V1 upon I1, provided I2 is 0. It is the open circuit input impedance, or you can say input impedance is also called driving point input impedance, because the variable of the same port, both the voltage and current variable are of the same port. And if both the voltage and currents are of the same port, Kalyani is saying, sir, all the parameters are used only to find DC. No. These parameters definition also valid for the AC. Only the difference between DC and AC, answer will become in the Z domain, Z representation, J notation. In the J notation, answer will come. Otherwise, two port concept is always applicable for the DC network as well as for the AC network. It is applicable for the DC network as well as AC network. Okay. So in the case of open circuit impedance, open circuit input impedance is the V1 upon I1 when I2 is 0. It is the case 1. And you know, by the definition of Z parameter, it is also the Z11. So you can say it is also the Z11. So it is, by the definition, it is also the Z11. Z11 is equal to V1 upon I1 when I2 is 0. So it is the open circuit input impedance is V1 upon I1 when I2 is 0. And by the definition of the Z parameter, it is also the Z11, because Z parameter definition is V1 is equal to Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2. So Z11 is called open circuit input impedance. In the case 2, if I calculate the open circuit output impedance, suppose that I connect the source at the output port of the V2 value, and this current is the I2, and I open circuit the input port, that means I1 is 0. So it is open circuit output impedance, and open circuit output impedance is open circuit output impedance is V2 upon I2 when I1 is 0. And by the definition, it is the definition of the Z22. It is also the Z22. Z22 is equal to also V2 upon I2 when I1 is 0. So, in which condition a two-port network is said to be the symmetrical? So, a two-port network is said to be symmetrical. A two-port network is said to be symmetrical if open circuit input impedance is equal to open circuit output impedance. Open circuit output impedance. It is the open circuit. Or you can say mathematical condition is V1 upon I1 when I2 is 0 is equal to V2 upon I2 when I1 is 0. This is the condition of symmetry. It is the condition of symmetry of the two-port network. A two-port network is called symmetrical if open circuit input impedance is the open circuit output impedance. If both the impedance, open circuit input impedance and open circuit output impedance of a two-port network is equal, that means this network is a symmetrical network. Or by the definition of Z parameter, it is written as Z11, it is written as Z22. So you can say in terms of the Z parameter, condition of symmetry is Z11 is equal to Z22. Z11 is equal to Z22 ohm. Basically, there are three types of input impedance. One input impedance is V1 upon I1 when I2 is 0. It is called Z11. Other type of input impedance is V1 upon I1 when V2 is equal to 0. It is called H11. And other type of input impedance is V1 upon I1. No condition. That means load is connected at output, neither open circuit nor short circuit. So we can calculate the input impedance at the condition when output is open or infinite load is connected. We can calculate the input impedance when there is a no load connected or short circuit. And we can calculate the input impedance if there is a ZL connected. Load ZL is connected at the output. So it is called simply input impedance. It is called short circuit input impedance. And it is called open circuit input impedance. So there are three types of the input impedance. One is called open circuit input impedance. Second one is called short circuit input impedance. And third one is generally called input impedance. That is also called ZOC. That is also called ZSC. And that is called Zin. Symbolically it is called Zin or Zi. Sometimes students write Zi or Zin. It is called ZSC. And since it is of input port, so ZSC1. And it is called ZOC and it is of input port, so ZOC1. So there are three type of impedance: ZOC1, ZSC1, Zi1 or Zin1. Because we are calculating the input impedance at the input port. So there are three types. So condition of symmetry says if open circuit input impedance of a network is equal to open circuit output impedance, all the values are different. Z11 is different from H11 and H11 Z11 is different for Zin. all three value, if you calculate all three value, they will become different. They will come different. This value is different from this value, is different from this value, because in all three cases loading are different. In all three cases loading are different, because this current depends. If I say what is the current of this value, what is the current, if I apply the supply voltage, if I apply the supply voltage V1, let it be, it is a constant, let it be, it is a constant. So this I1 value depends upon this situation. If it is open circuit, suppose that if it is open circuit, this is different. If you short circuit this, this current is different. And if you connect the load, at this terminal, this is different. So source will provide the current depending upon the load situation. You know very well. Source will provide the current, or battery will depend. Battery current will depends upon the situation, whether load is open circuit, load is short circuit, or actual load is connected. So it is the different. In case of the symmetry, you always take the open circuit. Yes, very good. For a symmetry, you must take the condition of open circuit. Yes, Niyar. Okay. So what is the situation? Situation of the symmetry is, condition of the symmetry is V1 upon I1 when I2 is equal to 0 is equal to V2 upon I2 when I1 is 0. That is the condition in the case of symmetry. Or in terms of Z parameter, it is Z11 is equal to Z22. So in terms of the Z parameter, condition of symmetry is the Z11 is equal to Z22. Arun is asking something, sir, at the output when open circuit current is 0. Yes, current is 0. I2 is 0. When there is an open circuit, I2 is 0. Because if there is no load connected at the output port, that means current is 0. Or in case of open circuit, the output port current is 0. So Z11 is equal to Z22. If you apply the relation, for Z and Y, you know Z11 is equal to Y22 upon delta Y, and Z22 is equal to Y11 upon delta Y. It is the condition, a relationship between Z and Y parameter. And if it is the relation between the Z and Y parameter, if you put here, you get the Y22 is equal to Y11. So condition of symmetry in terms of Y parameter, or you can verify any condition of symmetry or reciprocity by putting these values. By putting I1 is equal to 0 or I2 is equal to 0. You can take the condition in case of the symmetry or in case of the reciprocity. So first I am writing, then I will derive condition of symmetry in terms of the any parameter. So condition of, and what is the physical significance? First, you know what is the physical significance of the symmetry. If I told you what is the physical significance, so physical significance is, if a two-port network is symmetrical, if a two-port network is symmetrical, that means, if a two-port network is symmetrical, that means there is no difference between input port and output port. There is no difference between input port and output port. There is no difference between the input port and output port. Any port you can assume as input, any port you can assume as the output. So there is no difference between the input port and output port. Any port you can assume as an input port or output port. So any port you can, if there is a port, you can take as an input port or output port, whether you apply the source or load, input port or output port. So I am giving you much easier explanation. If suppose that it is a symmetrical two port network, suppose that it is a symmetrical two port network. Suppose that it is a symmetrical two port network. If it is a symmetrical two port network, suppose that it is a symmetrical two port network, so whether you connect the source here and load here, source at input port and load at the output port, source at the input port and load at the output port, if it is a symmetrical two port network. Or you can interchange the position of the source and load. You can change this position of, if you change the position of source and load, there is no difference. There is no difference in case of only if this condition is possible if there is a symmetrical two port network. If it is a symmetrical two port network, you can interchange the source and load position. That is the physical significance of the symmetrical two port network. In case of the symmetrical two port network, there is no difference between the source and load port. Any port you can assume as a source port, or any port you can assume the load port. There is no difference between the input and output port if there is a symmetrical two port. It is the condition only for the symmetrical two port. If network is not symmetrical, you have to specify which port is the source port, which port is the load port. You cannot interchange the source and load port. Yaswant is asking something. Since there was a voltage source being applied, why don't we take the short circuit as we are calculating the impedance? You can calculate the impedance still if there is a open circuit, short circuit, or the load connected, because due to this network there is a current flow always, because there is a two port network still, so current will flow due to this two port network, whether you connect the load or not connect the load. Whether there is a connection of the load or not, always there is a source current because of this two port network. So it is the condition you calculate. Yes. So what is the condition of symmetry? If I say condition of symmetry in terms of parameter, if I say condition of symmetry in terms of parameter, condition of symmetry in terms of two port parameter, two port parameter. So what is the condition of symmetry in terms of parameter? In terms of Z parameter. In terms of Z parameter, Z11 is equal to Z22. In terms of the Z parameter, Z11 is equal to Z22 ohm. In terms of Y parameter, Y11 is equal to Y22. That is the condition of symmetry in terms of parameter. If Y11 is equal to Y22, that means this network is a symmetrical two port network. Or you can say in terms of the T parameter. Okay, Nitesh is showing how this will be helpful. Okay, I will tell you how it is helpful. It is helpful in the way, if you know this network is a symmetrical network, if you calculate the A, no need to calculate the D. No need to calculate the D, because A is equal to D if the network is symmetrical two port network. If network is symmetrical two port network, A is equal to D. And in terms of the H parameter, delta H is equal to 1. A two port network is the symmetrical if delta H is equal to 1, or you can say H parameter determinant is equal to 1. H parameter determinant is equal to 1. or you can say H11 H22 minus H12 H21 is equal to 1. This is the H parameter. Condition of symmetry. H and G condition is same. H and G parameter condition is same. If delta H is equal to 1 in case of the H parameter, delta G is equal to 1 for delta G is equal to 1 in case of the G parameter. Condition of symmetry is same for the H and G parameter. Condition of symmetry is same for Z and Y parameter. In the case of Z and Y, Jyotsna is saying delta T is equal to 1. No. Delta T is equal to 1 is the condition of reciprocity. Jyotsna condition of symmetry is A is equal to D. Delta T is equal to 1, a condition of reciprocity in terms of T parameter. A must be equal to D in case of symmetrical. Condition of symmetry is different, condition of reciprocity is different. So in the G parameter, condition is delta G is equal to 1. Delta G is equal to 1 in terms of the G parameter. So G and H parameter condition of symmetry is same, Z and Y parameter condition of symmetry is same, and T and T dash parameter condition symmetry is same. So this is the condition of symmetry. Z11 is equal to Z22, Y11 is equal to Y22, A is equal to D, or delta H is equal to 1, or delta G is equal to 1, or A dash is equal to D dash. Those students who knows the T dash parameter, they can remember like this, because these are the same. Otherwise, T dash parameter is not important in the GATE syllabus. A dash is equal to D dash. Kalyani is saying, Yaswant is saying, since there was a voltage source being applied, why don't we short circuit it as we are calculating the impedance? No. Basically, in the standard two-port network, we assume that source is connected at input port as well as the output port. But in practical situation, we can change the situation. We can either connect the load at the output port, we can we can short circuit the output port, we can open circuit the output port. This is V1 and V2 connected at the port in the standard situation. In the standard definition of the two-port network, we assume that source V1 and V2 are connected at the port. Otherwise, you can change the situation practically. Yes, it is the condition of symmetry. And what is the use? Some student might ask, sir, what is the use of this condition? Because if you know these condition of symmetry, there is a reduction of the calculation. There is a reduction of the calculation if a network is symmetrical. If you know whether you how you recognize, I will tell you the trick how to recognize whether network is symmetrical or not. If you recognize a network is symmetrical or reciprocal, you can reduce your calculation work. Suppose that in the H parameter, network is symmetrical as well as reciprocal. So if you know network is symmetrical as well as reciprocal, you should apply the condition and reduce the calculation work. Soumya is saying, can we say short circuit? Yes. Either you can say the open circuit input impedance is equal to open circuit output impedance, or you can say short circuit input impedance is equal to short circuit output impedance. Yes. You have to take the same situation. Soumya, you have to take the same situation. If you are calculating the open circuit input impedance, if you are calculating ZOC1, so you should compare it with the ZOC2. If you compare ZSC1, you should compare with ZSC2. Both are the same. You can calculate either this or this. In both cases, network is the symmetrical network. Yes, or you can say YOC1 is equal to YOC2, or YSC1 is equal to YSC2. You can calculate the condition of symmetry in terms of the admittance. You can calculate the impedance situation, symmetrical in terms of impedance situation, you can calculate the symmetry in terms of the admittance term. For ZOC, we have to open circuit the output source. For OC means open circuit. You have to open circuit the other port. And in the case of SC, you have to short circuit the other port. That means if you are calculating the open circuit, that means you have to open circuit the other port. And if you are calculating the SC, that means you have to short circuit the other port. Other port. Okay, so you can reduce the efforts. You can reduce the efforts by mathematically. You can reduce the efforts if you know this network is a symmetrical network. Means if you calculate the A, no need to calculate the D, because in the case of symmetry, A is equal to D. If you have already calculated the A, you need not to calculate the D, because A and D are the same. Okay, first I complete the condition of symmetry and reciprocity. Then I will start the condition of symmetry and reciprocity with the help of numerical. First, I am completing the theory, because theory is very easy. So now I am taking the condition of reciprocity. Condition of reciprocity. What is the condition of reciprocity? Condition of reciprocity. In the first case, we applied the source voltage at one port and calculate the current. In case of short circuit, calculate the current at output port. And in the second case, it is the case 1. In the case 2, if you interchange, this is the excitation, this is the response. This is the excitation or input, it is the output. And in the second case, if I change the excitation at output port and I calculate the response at input port. So if excitation upon response, the ratio of excitation upon response in both the cases remains same, then the network is the reciprocal. A network is reciprocal if excitation upon response ratio is same in both the cases. Means first case, what is the first case? First case is the V1 upon minus I2 when V1 is equal to 0. And the second case is the V2 upon minus I1 when V2 is equal to 0. So if this condition, you can take the minus sign or not. It is your choice. Because I know from the short circuit, if I short circuit this, obviously this current will be in this direction. Otherwise, second method, you don't need to change the direction. If you are not changing the direction, you can say it is the practically it will change the direction. It is sure if you short circuit, current will change the direction. But if you take the standard current direction, no need to take the minus. No need to take the minus. You can take the sign like this. It is your choice whether you assume current in this direction or the opposite direction. No, this condition is the correct. If I short circuit this, and in the case of short circuit this, if I short circuit, it is the V2 is equal to 0. In the short circuit, it is the V1 is equal to 0. So whether you take the minus sign or not, it is your choice. If you take the minus sign, both side minus is cancelled out. So some student take V1 upon I2, some takes V1 upon minus I2. It is your choice. Yes. So condition of reciprocity. Condition of reciprocity is the ratio of excitation upon response is the same if you interchange the response and the excitation. If you interchange this excitation and source, uh, the ratio of the excitation upon response remains same. So reciprocity is the condition where excitation upon response remains same. 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 If you interchange the excitation and response. If you interchange if you interchange the port of the excitation and response. If you interchange the excitation and response port. Excitation and response port. If you Yes, excitation means source. Excitation means source. Excitation means source. And response means output. Dev is asking, sir, what is the benefit from the symmetrical and reciprocity practically? How to utilize in the power system? And Sivans is asking, uh, how is V1 upon I2 is there at V1 is equal to 0, should be V2 is equal to 0. Okay, okay. Okay, it is the V2. Sorry. It is the V2 and it is the V1. Okay, Sivans. It is the mistake. If it is the V1 upon I2, it is the V2 0. And if it is the V2 upon I1, it is the V1. Okay, Sivans. Okay, Sivans. It is the V2 and it is the V1. Yes. Okay, Sivans. You are correct. Yes. This formula is V2 is equal to 0. It is the V1 is equal to 0. Okay. Yes. So Dev is asking, sir, what is the practical benefit of the symmetry and reciprocity? Okay. So what is the practical benefit? Suppose that we know, suppose that we know, suppose that we know it is a reciprocal two-port network. Suppose that we know it is a reciprocal two-port network. And if it is a reciprocal two-port network, and if this network is a reciprocal two-port network and we connect, let it be, it is a 20 volt, 20 volt source, and we calculate the response. We calculate the response in this branch. Let it be coming, it is coming 5 ampere. Let it be coming 5 ampere. So if I apply 20 volt source and I am getting the 5 ampere current, and if it is a reciprocal network, if it is a reciprocal two port network, that means source upon excitation ratio remains same. Source upon excitation ratio remains same. That means if there is a increase of 10%, there is a 10% increment. If you are electrical student, you know, in the synchronous generator, if you increase the excitation, if you increase the field current, there is a increase in the EMF. And if there is a 10% increment in the voltage, there must be always a 10% increment in the current also. So in the case of reciprocal two-port network, if you know the percentage change in the voltage, you can also calculate the percentage change in the current. You can calculate the percentage change in the current, because you know the source upon excitation ratio remains same. That is the practical application in case of the reciprocal two-port network. If you know what is the change in the excitation, you can also know what is the change in the response. Yes. Yes, one. So now it is the time to what is the condition of reciprocity? Condition of reciprocity in terms of condition of reciprocity in terms of two-port network. In terms of two-port network, Payal is asking, sir, what is the 10%? 10% may be the increment and the decrement of the voltage. That means 20 volt plus minus 10%. I am saying it is a 20 volt plus minus 10%. There is a fluctuation of the input voltage, a 10% fluctuation of the voltage. If it is increased by 10% voltage or decreased by 10%, the current, so the output is also, response will also increase by 10%. Yes, no tolerance, it is not tolerance. You can say it is the percentage change in the voltage. If it is a percentage change in the voltage, it is the percentage change in the current. Yes. Tolerance means it can be only increased by 10%. Tolerance in the case that if a source 20 volt source, if a voltage source is 20 volt and the voltage may go for the 18 volt or 22 volt, then you can say this source have a 10% tolerance. This source have a 10% tolerance. Yes, it is applicable for the two-port network, because if you source and excitation, it is guaranteed a two-port network, because at one port you connect the source and one port you connect the excitation. So in the case of reciprocity, network must be of two-port. So what is the condition of reciprocity in terms of two-port parameter? Condition of reciprocity in terms of two-port parameters are: in terms of the Z parameter, condition of reciprocity in terms of Z parameter. In terms of Z parameter is Z12 is equal to Z21. In terms of the Y parameter, it is Y12 is equal to Y21. In terms of the T parameter, delta T is equal to 1, or A, B, C, D matrix determinant is equal to 1, or AD minus BC is equal to 1. In terms of H parameter, H12 is equal to minus H21. H12 is equal to minus H21. And in terms of Z parameter, G12 is equal to minus G21. G12 is equal to minus G21. G12 is equal to minus G21. These are the condition of reciprocity in terms of two-port network. Now I am taking the numerical. How to calculate the condition of symmetry. This is the question. You should tell me whether this two-port network is symmetrical. Kalyani, presently for the analysis of the transmission line, we always use the ABCD parameter. We always use the ABCD parameter for the calculation of the transmission line. For the calculation of the transmission line, we always use the, yes. So given network is symmetrical or not, reciprocal or not. You should tell me what is the condition of whether given network is symmetrical or not, or reciprocal or not. Reciprocal or not. Ratha Roman is saying something, propagation constant, not for gate. What is the propagation constant? Yes, Very good, very good. This is the symmetrical as well as the reciprocal. Yes, very good, very good. This network is symmetrical as well as the reciprocal. Because if you interchange the input and output port, network does not change. If you see this network, if you interchange the source and load port, there is no change because it is 3 ohm, it is also 3 ohm. It is 1 ohm, it is also 1 ohm, and in between it is a 2 ohm. So this network is having the symmetry. This network is having the symmetry between input and output port. So it is network is a symmetrical network. Yes, yes. It is by looking also. This network is so simple by looking also. It is the symmetrical two-port network. Or if you calculate the Z parameter, Z11 is equal to Z22 is coming 3.75. You should calculate. We have already calculated by delta star conversion. Z11 and Z22 is coming 3.75 and Z12 is equal to Z21 is coming 0.25. So if Z11 is equal to Z22, it is symmetrical. And if Z12 is equal to Z21, it is reciprocal. It is reciprocal. So this network is symmetrical as well as reciprocal. So given two-port network is symmetrical and reciprocal. If it is the symmetrical, if this network is symmetrical, if this network is symmetrical, that means you can interchange the source and load port. And if this network is reciprocal, that means excitation upon response ratio must be the same. Excitation upon response ratio will be the same. Yes, yes, yes. Arun is saying symmetrical and reciprocal if Z11 is equal to Z22 is equal to 3.75 and Z12 is equal to Z21 is the 0.25. Yes. Shivans is saying how to calculate Z in this question. Okay, okay. It is very easy. It is very easy. Uh, if you first method, if you convert this delta into the star, if you convert this delta network into the star, it becomes the T network directly. 2 1 ja 2, 2 upon 4 is the 0.5. 2 1 ja 2 upon 4 is the 0.5. 1 1 ja 1, 1 upon 4 is the 0.25. So you convert this question into the T network. You convert this question into the T network. Because once you calculate the star connection, 3 and 0.5 in the series, so it is the 3.5. 3 and 0.5 in the series, it is the 3.5 and it is the 0.25. And once it is a T network, you can calculate the Z parameter directly. What is the Z11? Sum of these two is the Z11. So Z11 is equal to 3.5 plus 0.25 is the 3.75. What is the Z22? Z22 is the sum of these two. Sum of these two is the 3.5 plus 0.25. So it is the 3.75. And Z11 and Z12 is the middle branch. Z12 is equal to Z21 is the 0.25. Yes, yes, it is very easy. It is very easy. Now I am giving you one very good question. Give me the answer of this question. It is a lattice network. It is a lattice network. It is a lattice network. Give me whether this network is a symmetrical and reciprocal. Also calculate the Z parameter. What is the Z11? What is the Z22? What is Z12? What is Z21? Yes, Dinesh is asking very good question. How to say whether a network circuit is reciprocal or not by looking into it. If a network is only does not have any dependent source, if the two-port network does not have between the input port and output port, there is no source, no independent as well as the dependent source, network is reciprocal. If this network does not have any dependent source, any dependent source, any dependent source or dependent source or independent source, network is a reciprocal network. This network is guaranteed a reciprocal network. If this network does not have, if the network does not have any dependent source or the independent source, except the input port and output port, except input port and output port, if there is a no source connected in between the network, then this is the reciprocal network. Yes, yes, Sindhu is saying symmetrical as well as the reciprocal. Very good, very good. Yes, Soumya is and Subham Bhatt is also okay. Girish Reddy. Uh, Dilip, you should check your answer. Dilip, you should check your answer. Shiv Shankar, Sakshi Sonal, Soumya, Subham Bhatt are Girish Reddy are giving the yes, yes. Dilip is giving the correct answer now. Yes, Deepa is asking what is the lattice network. Okay, okay. I will tell you what is the lattice network. There are two types of network. One is the ladder, one is the lattice. Okay. Uh, so, if it is the Z1, I am giving you the shortcut. It is a symmetrical lattice network. It is a symmetrical lattice network. Symmetrical lattice network. First, I am giving you what is the lattice network and what is the symmetrical lattice network. If output is feedback to the input, if the output is feedback to the input, and this is the again feedback to the input, cross, this is the cross branch, cross lagging branch, kind of feedback to the this terminal, and this is a feedback at this terminal. This is called lattice network. And the ladder network is that one series, one parallel. This is called the ladder network. This network is called the ladder network, and this network is called the lattice network. Lattice network, in the case of the lattice network, output is again connected with the input. Yes, in the FFT, in the fast Fourier transformation, we say it is a butterfly. It is a butterfly structure in the fast Fourier transform. Those students who knows Redis 2 FFT, they know time decimation and the frequency decimation, DIT and FIT. So in the FFT we use the butterfly structure. It is a lattice network. Yes, lattice network is a kind of network where output terminal is again feedback to the input terminal, and this output terminal is cross coupling. It is a type of cross coupled to the input side. In the lattice network, output is cross coupled to the input terminal, and this output terminal is cross coupled to the input terminal, like a butterfly structure. No, no, no. I will tell you without converting into the network how we can calculate the Z parameter. I will give you the very easy method how to calculate the Z parameter. But first of all, it is the shortcut. If Z11, if Z11 and Z22 are same, it is the Z1. I say it is the Z1. This is also Z1. And it is the Z2 and this is Z2. If cross legs have the same value and the parallel branch have the same value, if the parallel branch have same value and cross legs are the same value, it is called symmetrical two-port network. It is a symmetrical lattice network if Z1 is equal to Z4 and Z2 is equal to Z3. if cross lag value are the same and flat lag value are the same. If the parallel lag value are same and cross lag value are the same, then it is called symmetrical network, symmetrical lattice network. If Z1 is equal to Z4 and cross lag value Z2 is equal to Z3, if they are same, this network is called symmetrical lattice network. Symmetrical lattice network. It is a symmetrical lattice network. And in the case of symmetrical lattice network, it is the shortcut. It is the shortcut if it is a symmetrical lattice network. What is the Z11? Z11 is equal to Z2 plus Z1 divided by 2. And it is also Z22. And it is also reciprocal. And in the case of reciprocal, Z12 is equal to Z2 minus Z1 by 2 is equal to Z21. It is the shortcut. I am now giving you the whole method also how to calculate these value, but a shortcut. Using the shortcut, you can calculate these parameters. And it is the Z11 and Z22 are the same for the symmetrical lattice network. And in the case of symmetrical lattice network, Z11 is equal to Z2 plus Z1 by 2. Means 4 plus 2 divided by 2. So Z11 is equal to Z22 is equal to 4 plus 2 divided by 2 is equal to 3 ohm. And what is the Z12? Z12 is equal to Z21 is equal to Z2 minus Z1. Means 4 minus 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1 ohm. But yes, Pawan, this equation is used only in case of the symmetrical. If the network is not symmetrical lattice network, this equation cannot be used. In the case of symmetrical two-port network, you can use this formula because sometime in the competition, if you have the formula, you can give the answer very easily or in a very short duration. But now I am giving you the method which is not symmetrical. Suppose that this values I am changing. Now the value I am changing, these value are not the same. These value are not the same. Now I am changing these value. And if I change these value, the answer will remain change. So I am taking the example of unsymmetrical two-port network. I am taking the example of unsymmetrical two-port network. And if I take the unsymmetrical two-port network, I am taking one example of the unsymmetrical two-port network. Just a 1 minute. I am taking changing the value. It is an unsymmetrical network. It is 2 ohm. It is 4 ohm. It is 3 ohm. This resistance is the 3 ohm. And this resistance I am taking 1 ohm. Now it is unsymmetrical. It is unsymmetrical. In the case of unsymmetrical two-port network, it is not valid. Yeah, it is always reciprocal. It is always reciprocal. Why? Because there is no dependent source as well as the independent source. So whether it is a symmetrical or unsymmetrical lattice network, it is always reciprocal. It is always reciprocal. It is always a reciprocal two-port network. Whether it is symmetrical or not, it is the case. And Arun is asking in which order? If cross legs branch are different or parallel branch are different, it is become unsymmetrical. Either unsymmetrical if both are same. Suppose that only one resistance change, it becomes the unsymmetrical. It becomes the unsymmetrical. It is always reciprocal. This network is always reciprocal. Only the change is it becomes the unsymmetrical now. Yes. Reciprocal have no relation with the symmetrical. Reciprocity and symmetricity is the different phenomena. If network is symmetrical, it may be reciprocal, it may not be reciprocal. If a network is reciprocal, it may be symmetrical, it may not be symmetrical. Yes, Arun is saying, sir, how are you saying this is reciprocal? Because because this network does not have any dependent or independent source. Between the input and output port, there is no dependent and independent source. If this network does not have any dependent and independent source, that means this network is a reciprocal network. Yes, Yaswant is giving the answer of this question. Yaswant is giving the answer of this question, and Z11 and Z22 are coming different. Yes, we can say always. Always, if there is no dependent source, if there is no dependent source or independent source, there is no independent source always, but sometimes there is a dependent source and independent source in the network. It is always a reciprocal. It is always a reciprocal. Okay, now I am solving this question. This question is very important. I am solving. It is a very important question. I am solving. I am solving this question. Yes. If the circuit does not have any dependent source, it is always reciprocal. It is always reciprocal if this network does not have any dependent source. I am solving this question. I am solving complete this question. I am solving this question completely. This is the network. How can you solve this question? Very easily. I am solving this question in a very easy manner. I am solving this question in a very easy manner. This is the V1 voltage. This is the V2 voltage. It is the I1. It is I2. It is 2 ohm. It is 4 ohm. It is 3 ohm. It is 1 ohm. Yes, this is the question. I am solving. This is the question. So if I solve this question, Madhu is saying if there is a dependent source, no. If there is a dependent source, you cannot say about the symmetry. You cannot say about the symmetry with the dependent source. You can only say about the reciprocity. You cannot say about the symmetry. Reciprocity condition is applicable for any network, whether it is a lattice network or any other network. If network does not have, if any two-port network, Pawan, if any two-port network does not have any dependent source, this network is guaranteed a reciprocal network. Yes, symmetry is independent with the source. So I am solving this question very easy manner. Just concentrate, because this question I solve with a very unique method. I am solving this question with a very unique method. This current is the I1. This current is the I1. This is the I2. Let it be, I assume this current as the I3. I assume this current as the I3. So this current is the I1 minus I3. I1 minus I3. Add this node. It is the I1 minus I3 and it is the I2. So it becomes I1 plus I2 minus I3. I1 plus I2 minus I3. And I1 goes back, because source given current is equal to source receiving current. So it is the I1. Same amount of current will come back. So from I1 plus I2 minus I3, if I1 goes here, here it is I2 minus I3. And if it is I2 minus I3, if you add this I3, because this current is the I3 and this is the I2 minus I3, so it becomes the I2. Now this question become very easy. You just apply the KVL. You just apply the KVL. There are, you have to apply any three. I am applying the KVL in this path. I am applying the KVL in this path. And I am applying the KVL in this path. If you apply the KVL in this three path, although there is a five path, either you can apply the KVL in this path or you can apply the KVL in this path. It is your choice. It is your choice whether you apply the KVL in this path or you can apply the KVL in this path. Similarly, the same, you can apply the KVL in this path or you can apply the KVL in this path. And fifth one, KVL, you can apply KVL in this path. And you can solve this question very easily. This is the best method to solve this lattice network. It is the very unique method to solve the lattice network. Now I am making the KVL equation. I am making the KVL equation now. I am making the KVL equation now. Yes, Arun, this is a very easy method. This is a very easy method to calculate this network. Otherwise, in the book, solution of the lattice network is so complex that student generally give up. Yes, generally student give up by seeing the solution in the book. But it is a very unique style to solve this question. And if I apply the KVL, now I am making the KVL equation. If I make the KVL equation, minus V1 plus 2 into I1 minus I3 plus 1 into I1 plus I2 minus I3 plus 1 into I1 plus I2 minus I3 is equal to 0. It is the first KVL equation. Similarly, you can apply the second KVL equation. If you apply the second KVL equation, minus V2 plus 1 into I1 plus I2 minus I3 plus 3 into I2 minus I3 is equal to 0. Yes, entering current is equal to leaving current. Yes, it is very, entering current is equal to the leaving current. And if you apply the KVL in the third equation, you get 2 into, I am applying the third KVL equation like this. I am applying the KVL in the third equation like this. I am applying the KVL in the third equation like this. If I apply the KVL in the third equation, I get like this. 2 into I1 minus I3 plus 1 into I1 plus I2 minus I3 plus 3 into I2 minus I3 minus 4 I3 is equal to 0. These are the three equations. First equation I apply the KVL like this. In the first equation I apply the KVL like this. In the second equation I apply the KVL in this path. And in the third equation I apply the KVL in this path. Yes. And once you apply the KVL in three equation, you calculate the I3 and put I3 in these two equations. So if I solve complete question, yes, Girish Reddy is giving the correct answer. Z11, Girish Reddy have solved the total question, and Girish Reddy is giving the answer. Z11 is coming 2.1 ohm, Z22 is coming 2.4 ohm, Z12 is coming minus 0.2 ohm and Z2 one is coming minus 0.2 ohm, minus 0.2 ohm. So it is a reciprocal. It is a reciprocal network but not symmetrical. Since Z11 and Z21 are same, so it is a reciprocal. And Z11 and Z22 are different, so it is not symmetrical. These two values are different, so it is a unsymmetrical. And these values are same, so it is a symmetrical. It is a symmetrical. If I make the equation, V1 is equal to 3I1 plus I2 minus 3I3. If I make the equation, first equation is coming V1 is equal to 3I1 minus 3I3 plus I2. It is the first equation. And the second equation is coming V2 is equal to I1 plus 4I2 minus 4I3. V2 is equal to I1 plus 4I2 minus 4I3. It is a very easy method. And third equation you can solve 2 plus 1, 3I1 plus 4I2, 3I1 plus 4I2, 3I1 plus 4I2, I3, 2I3, 2, 1, 3, 3, 3, 6, 6, 4, 10, minus 10I3, minus 10I3 is equal to 0. If you put what is the I3 value? I3 value is 3I1 plus 4I2 upon 10. If you put this value here in I3, it is the I3. So if you put I3 value here and here, you get the same answer. Yes, it is a non-planar network, so that is why mesh is not applicable. Yes, Yaswant, you are correct. It is a non-planar network. Yes. Thank you, Nikhil. Thank you, Pawan. Thank you, Arun. Yes. Lasya, your answer is coming correct. 2.1, 2.4, minus 0.2 and minus 0.2. Non-planar means not in the plane, because this wire is not in the same plane is this wire. It is just above. It is just above of this plane. That is why it is a non-planar network. Not in the same plane, because this wire and this wire is in the different plane. It is just above of this line. This wire is just above of this wire. That is why it is called non-planar. Okay. Thank you, Saurabh. Thank you. Now this question. Whether this network is symmetrical or not, reciprocal or not. Thank you, Sivan. Thank you. So give the answer of this network. Yes, Arun. This question, it is a very unique method. Ria is asking, sir, can we solve it by the KCL? Yes, you can solve, but it is a very typical in that case. Ria, for this question, it is a very best approach. It is a unique and the best approach to solve this question. You can solve this question by many methods, but it is a reciprocal. Subham, okay. Subham is giving, I think, answer of this question. Subham is giving the answer of this question. Subham, you are giving the answer of this question. Yes, it is non-reciprocal. It is not reciprocal guaranteed, because this network have the dependent source. This network has this dependent source. Due to dependent source, this network is non-reciprocal. This is non-reciprocal. Yes, it is not reciprocal or non-reciprocal. Yes, it is not reciprocal. Greece is giving the answer of this question. I think Greece it is not correct. 10 10. I think Greece Z11 and Z12 is coming 10, not 1 1. Greece, you should check your answer. I think it is 10 10. Z11 is 10, Z12 is 10. Yes, Greece is giving the correct answer now. It is the 10 10 4 13. Very good, very good. So this network is neither symmetrical nor reciprocal. Neither symmetrical. This network is neither symmetrical nor reciprocal. So because Z11 is coming 10 ohm, Z12 is coming 10 ohm, Z21 is coming 4 ohm, and Z22 is coming 13 ohm. 13 ohm. Yes, Ratha Roman is asking, sir, how quickly this problem can, okay, this problem can be solved in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes you can solve, and Z12 is not equal to Z21. Z12 is not equal to Z21. So it is a not reciprocal. It is not reciprocal. And Z11 is not equal to Z22. That means not symmetrical. Not symmetrical. Yes, yes. Anjana is asking, saying, sir, I apply KCL in two junction, but I am not getting the 10 10 4 third. Okay, okay. And Ratha Roman is also asking how quickly you can solve this question. This question is solved very quickly in this way. You can solve this question in this way. This current is the I1. This current is the I2. This current is the 2I1. If from I2 current, if 2I1 current diverted here, this current is the I2 minus 2I1. This current is the I2 minus 2I1. This is the plus, this is minus, and this current is also I1 plus I2. Now if you apply the KVL, minus V1 plus 10, I1 plus I2 is equal to 0. So V1 is equal to 10 I1 plus 10 I2. You can compare. You can compare it with the standard Z parameter equation. Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2. And if you apply the KVL in the second mesh, minus V2 plus 3 into I2 minus 2I1 plus 10 I2, 10 I1 plus I2 is equal to 0. So what is the equation? V2 is equal to 4I1. 3 to the 6 minus 6I1 plus 10I1. Minus 6 plus 10 is the 4I1 plus 3I2 and 10I2 is the 13I2. If you compare it with the standard equation, Z21I1 plus Z22I2, you get the Z21 as 4 and Z22 as 13. Yes, yes, yes. And you can solve this question using the KCL also. You can solve this question using the KCL also, but Z parameters are the KVL equation. So it is preferable to apply the KVL equation. It is preferable to the KVL equation. Yes, yes. Because of this closed path, this 2I1 current flow in this path. This 2I1 current flow in this path. So out of I2, this current is the 3I1. If you apply the mesh current, if you apply the mesh, it is the 2I1 and it is the I2. So I2 minus 2I1. I2 minus 2I1. 2I1 current will flow only if I2 is 0. But there are two sources. This 3 ohm is getting the current from two sources, one from the current source and one from the voltage source. This 3 ohm is getting the current from two sources. So 2I1 source current is from the current dependent current source and I2 current is flowing from the voltage source. So the resultant current will be I2 minus 2I1. I2 minus 2I1. You can apply the KCL as well. This node is the V1 voltage. This node is the V2 voltage. If you apply the KCL equation at this node, you get the answer. This current is the I1. This current is the V1 by 10. This current is the V1 minus V2 by 3. And this current is the 2I1. So if you apply the KCL, these two currents are the incoming. These two are the outgoing. So I1 plus 2I1. I1 plus 2I1 is equal to V1 by 10 plus V1 minus V2 by 3. It is the first equation. And if you apply the KCL at this node, you get the second equation. This current and this current are this current I2 is the incoming. I2 is the incoming and outgoing is the 2I1. And this is also either you can say it is the incoming or you can say it is the outgoing. If you apply this direction in this direction, you say it is the outgoing. So what is the outgoing current? V2 minus V1 by 3. V2 minus V1 by 3. Or you can say V1 minus V2 by 3 this side. If you apply saying it is the incoming current, you should add with the I2. And if you say it is the outgoing current, you should add with the 2I1. These two equations, two unknown, you can solve. But it will take more time. This KCL equation will take more time. No, Yaswant. No, there is no exceptional case. If there is a dependent source, network is guaranteed a reciprocal, not reciprocal network. By looking it, you cannot say it is a symmetrical. Kalyani, if you see it and if you revert, network is not same because this network is not symmetrical from anywhere. If you draw the line anywhere you draw the line, this network does not have the mirror image. This network does not have any mirror image, so guaranteed it is not a symmetrical network. But in case of dependent source, it may be symmetrical, whether it look like symmetrical or not. So in case of dependent source, you cannot check whether it is a mirror image or not. Without mirror image, it may be symmetrical in case of the dependent source. So if there is a dependent source, you cannot check the symmetry by the only looking the mirror image. If this network have a dependent source, you should not check the symmetry by the mirror image. If this network does not have any dependent source, then you can check with the mirror image. You can check with the mirror image in that case. Okay, next question. What is the Z parameter and what is the condition of alpha? What is the condition for alpha? What is the alpha for network is to be symmetrical? What is the alpha? What is the value of alpha for network is to be symmetrical? What is the value of alpha for network is to be symmetrical? Network is symmetrical. What is the value? What is the value of alpha such that network becomes the symmetrical network? What is the value of alpha such that network becomes? Yaswant, it is about the symmetrical, not the reciprocal. Yaswant, I am asking the condition of symmetry, not the reciprocity. Yaswant, you have given the answer in case of the reciprocity. I am asking the value of alpha for symmetry, not for reciprocity. Yaswant, you should check the question. I have given the question for symmetry, not for reciprocity. What is the value of alpha for network become the symmetrical network? You should give the answer for symmetrical. What is the value of alpha for network become the symmetrical network? Network is symmetrical. Yes. Ramya is giving the correct answer. Ramya answer is correct. Yaswant, your answer is not correct. What is the value of alpha such that given network becomes the symmetrical network? What is the value of alpha such that network becomes the symmetrical network? Yes, yes. Arindam is giving the correct answer. Vaishnavi is giving the correct answer. Vaishnavi answer is correct. Sandeep answer is correct. Subham Gopinath giving the correct answer. Very good. It is an easy question. You should calculate the Z11 and Z22. It is the I1. It is the I2. I2 plus alpha I2. I2 plus alpha I2 becomes I2 plus alpha I2. And it is also equal to I2 into 1 plus alpha. And this current is I2 into 1 plus alpha plus I1. So this current is I2 into 1 plus alpha plus I1. If I apply the KVL, minus V1 plus 1 I1 plus 3 into I2 times 1 plus alpha plus I1 is equal to 0. So what is I get? V1 is equal to 1 I1 plus 3 I1. 1 plus 3 I1 is the 4 I1 plus 3 into 1 plus alpha I2 or 3 plus 3 alpha I2. 3 plus 3 alpha I2. Now what is the, and if you compare with the standard equation, Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2. So Z11 is coming 4 ohm. Z12 is coming 3 plus 3 alpha. 3 plus 3 alpha. So now apply the KVL in the second case. If I apply the KVL in second case, minus V2 plus 2I2 plus 3 into I2 into 1 plus alpha plus I1. So what is the V2? V2 is equal to 3 plus 3 alpha plus 2. So it is the 5 plus 3 alpha I2 plus 3 I1. If you compare with the standard equation, Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2. So Z21 is equal to 3 and Z22 is coming 5 plus 3 alpha. So for condition of symmetry, Z11 is equal to Z22. So Z11 is coming 4. 4 is equal to, it is the 5 plus 3 alpha. 5 plus 3 alpha. 3 alpha is equal to 1. Alpha is equal to 1 by 3. Either I commit the mistake or student commit the mistake. It is the 3 alpha is equal to minus 1. Alpha is equal to minus 1 by 3. It is the minus 1 by 3. Yes. Minus 1 by 3 is the correct answer. Minus 1 by 3 is the correct answer. Alpha is equal to minus 1 by 3. Alpha is equal to minus 1 by 3. That means this current source value will be downwards. Alpha minus means current source value will be downwards. This current source value will be downwards and the value of this current source must be 1 by 3 I2. If this current source value is 1 by 3 I2, it becomes the symmetrical. Yes. Minus 1 by 3. Yes. Minus 1 by 3 is the correct answer. Yes. Alpha is equal to minus 1 by 3 is the correct answer. 3 plus 3 alpha becomes the, 4 is equal to becomes the 5 plus 3 alpha. Yes. It is alpha is equal to minus 1 by 3. So symmetrical condition for symmetrical, given two-port network will be symmetrical. Given two-port network will be symmetrical. if alpha is equal to minus 1 by 2. This is the condition. And for reciprocity, if network is reciprocal, if network is to be reciprocal, what should be the value of alpha for network is to be reciprocal? For network is to be reciprocal, alpha must be 0. Yes, very good, very good. For network must be of reciprocal, 3 plus 3 alpha is equal to 3 plus 3 alpha must be equal to 3. So 3 plus 3 alpha must be equal to 3 or alpha must be equal to 0. So this alpha must be equal to 0 for reciprocal. If alpha is equal to 0, network is reciprocal. Yes, very good, very good. If alpha is 0, network is to be reciprocal. Very good, very good. So alpha is equal to 0, in that case network is reciprocal. If alpha is equal to minus 1 by 3, network is symmetrical. So alpha is equal to minus 1 by 3 requirement for symmetrical two-port network, and alpha is equal to 0 requirement for reciprocal. For reciprocal network. Very good. Give the answer of this question. Calculate the y parameter. Calculate the y parameter of this network and then give whether network is symmetrical or reciprocal or not. First of all, calculate the y parameter. This network is very, very important in case of the y parameter. Determine y parameter. Okay. Yaswant, I am taking the question. Determine y parameter of this two-port network. Determine y parameter of given two-port network. And if you calculate the y parameter, what is the y11, what is the y12, y21 and y22. Yes. Last year, very good. For any value of the alpha, it is not both symmetrical network. This network, previous network is not simultaneously symmetric as well as reciprocal. Either it is a symmetrical or reciprocal, but not both. Sakshi Sonal is asking what is the ladder network. Yes, ladder network is the Coor form. Sakshi, if in the network you know the Coor form, you know it is a ladder network. One series, one parallel. One series, one parallel. This type of network is a ladder network. And we have already solved. We have already solved this question. It is a 3 ohm, 1 ohm, 2 ohm, 1 ohm, 3 ohm. This type of network is called ladder network. One series, one parallel, one series, one parallel. And you know very well, Z value can be written as Z1 plus 1 upon Z2, Y2, 1 upon Y2 plus 1 upon Z3 plus 1 upon Y4 and so on. I think you know very well, it is the Z1, it is the Y1, Z2, Y2 and so on. So this is the total impedance. And I will give you the detail in the Coor form. Although it is not in the GATE syllabus, but if you know the Coor form, it is a ladder network. One series, one parallel network is a ladder network. Okay, sir. Give the answer of this question. Girish have already given the answer. Girish have already given the answer of this question. Neither reciprocal nor symmetrical. Anjana is saying neither symmetrical nor reciprocal. Either you calculate the Z parameter or the Y parameter. But this question is very, very important in case of the Y parameter. What is the Y parameter of this given two-port network? Yes, I am solving this question. This current is the I1. This current is the I2. And this current is the 2V2. So if I apply the KCL at this node, If I apply the KCL at this node, let it be it is the X. So if I apply the KCL at this node, I1 plus I2 plus 2V2. Apply KCL at node X. If I apply the KCL at node X, I1 plus I2 plus 2V2 is equal to 0. So what is it is the first equation, because all three currents are the incoming. All three currents are the incoming. I1 is incoming, I2 is incoming, and 2V2 is incoming. What is the second equation? If apply the KVL, if I apply the KVL in the closed path. So KVL equation is minus V1 plus 2I1 minus 2I2, because I am taking the first sign, plus V2 is equal to 0. So what is the value? 2I1 minus 2I2 is equal to V1 minus V2. But first Y standard equation is I1 is equal to Y11 V1 plus Y12 V2. Y11 V1 plus Y12 V2. So in the first equation, I2 is not required. So calculate the I2 value here. From first equation, you calculate the I2 value, minus I1 minus 2V2, and put here. So you get 2I1 is equal to 2I2. I2 is equal to minus I1 minus 2V2 plus V1 minus V2. So 2I1 and 2I1 is the 4I1. 4I1 is equal to minus K 4V2 and minus, so V1 minus K 5V2. So I1 is equal to 1 by 4 V1 minus 5 by 4 V2. If you compare with the standard equation, you get Y11 is equal to 1 by 4 and Y12 is equal to minus 5 by 4. Yes, 1 by 4 is the 0.25, minus 1 by 4 is the minus 1.25. Very good. In the second equation, you put I1 value and get the value in the same equation. In the same equation, you put the I1 value. So in the second equation, if you put, what is the second equation? Second equation is 2I1 minus 2I2 is equal to V1 minus V2. What is the I1 value? 2I1. What is the I1? I1 is equal to minus I2 minus 2V2. Minus I2 minus 2V2 minus 2I2 is equal to V1 minus V2. So it is coming minus 2 minus 2 minus 4I2 is equal to 2 to the 4. So 3 V1 minus V1 plus 3 V2. So I2 is, you get I2 is equal to minus 1 by 4 V1 minus 3 by 4 V2. If you compare Y21 V1 plus Y22 V2, Y22 is coming minus 3 by 4 more, and Y21 is coming minus 1 by 4. Minus 1 by 4. Yes, Deepa is giving the correct answer. Y11 is coming 0.25. Y12 is coming minus 1.25. Y21 is coming minus 0.25 and Y22 is coming minus 0.75. Subham is asking, sir, can we take middle node 2V2? No. You cannot take this node voltage 2V2 because it is not a voltage source. Subham, if you take this node voltage 2V2, it is incorrect. It is incorrect because it is not a battery, and in fact, if it is a battery, this voltage is not a 2V2 because there is a resistance in between. There is a resistance in between, so you cannot say this voltage is the 2V2 because current voltage across current source is unknown. Voltage across current is not known. You cannot calculate direct what is the voltage across the current source, so you cannot take this voltage as V2. So it is the incorrect approach. Yes, you can solve this question by short circuiting the V2. You can solve this question by the basic definition. You can solve using the basic definition. Yes, Arun is saying, sir, solve this question using the Z parameter. Okay, you can solve this question using the Z parameter. No, you can apply the dependent short circuit concept also, because in the short circuit, if V2 becomes 0, 2V2 is also 0, it becomes the open circuit. You can apply the basic definition also. If a student want to solve this question using the basic definition, if a student want to solve this question, yes, this question can be solved using the super mesh. This question can be solved using the super mesh. This current is the I1. This current is the I1 plus 2V2, because this is the I1 and this is the 2V2. So this current is the I1 plus 2V2. You can solve this question using the super mesh. Once you apply the super mesh in this case, once you apply the super mesh in this case, once you apply the super mesh in this direction, you can apply the super mesh in this direction. And in the second case, you can apply the super mesh in this condition. You can apply the super mesh in this condition. In the second case, you can apply the super mesh in this condition. And if you apply the super mesh in this condition, it is the I2, it is the 2V2, so it becomes I2 plus 2V2. So in the second case, you can apply the super mesh. You can apply the super mesh in this direction. In the second case, you can apply the super mesh in this direction. And if you apply the super mesh in this direction, what is the condition? Condition is this current is the I2. This current is the I2. It is the 2V2. It is the I2 plus 2V2. I2 plus 2V2. Once you apply the KVL super mesh in this direction, you can apply the super mesh in both the directions. Yes, Kalyani is saying, sir, solve this question using the short circuit method. Okay, what is the definition? What is the short circuit definition? You know what is the Y11? I1 is equal to Y11 V1 plus Y12 V2. So what is the Y11? Y11 is equal to I1 upon V1 when V2 is 0. So if you short circuit this V2, if you put V2 is equal to 0, that means short circuit. And if V2 is equal to 0, 2V2 is also 0, it is open circuit. Now apply the KVL. If you apply the KVL, what is the equation? Minus K V1 plus 2I1. And this current, because this is the open circuit, since this is the open circuit, it is also I1. Both are now series. Because it is open circuit, both are series. So it is I1. So plus 2I1 is equal to 0. So V1 is equal to 4I1. So what is the I1? I1 upon V1. I1 upon V1 is equal to 1 by 4. 0.25. Kalyani, it is the same answer. It is the same answer you are getting. What is the Y12? Second equation is I2 is equal to Y21 V1 plus Y22 V2. So what is the Y21 equation? Y21 is equal to I2 upon V1 when V2 is 0. And I2 is nothing but minus I1. I2 is nothing but minus I1. Because this current is the I1, this current is the I2. Both are opposite. The same 2 ohm current you are saying it is I1, and if you say I2, it is the I2. So the same current I1 and minus I2. So I1 is equal to minus I2. If you put I1 is equal to minus I2, you get the same answer. So minus I2 but a V1 is equal to 0.25. So I2 upon V1 is equal to minus 0.25. So y21 is coming minus 0.25. Kalyani, it is correct answer. Okay, okay, Kalyani. Okay, okay. Okay. Now I am winding this session. I am winding this session. Uh, yes, Dev is saying got it, sir. Thank you, Dev. Thank you. Okay, now I am winding this session. And from the next session. And in Monday, I am reminding you, on Monday, I am taking one extra class, practice question. Monday, I will take the practice question. So if you have any doubt, you should send me. You should send me. If you have any doubt, you can send me at my mail ID, vijay dot bansal at the rate of gradeup.co. If you have any doubt regarding the so far I have taken the so much topic. If you have any doubt in this topic, you can send me the doubt. I can take the practice session tomorrow. Tomorrow on Monday, I will take the practice session at 4 p.m. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Yaswant, I will take the one question of the reciprocity theorem in the Monday session. Monday session, I will take the reciprocity theorem question in the Monday session, practice session. Yaswant, I will take the question on the in the Monday session. Arun is asking, sir, I have asked question, please solve in the beginning. Okay, GT2. Okay, okay, Arun, okay. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, yes. Dev, either you can post in the doubt section or my mail. It is your choice. Dev, it is your choice. If you send the doubt in my mail, I can directly see it. If you post in the doubt section, backend team will post me. It will take 1 or 2 days to come the doubt. It is advisable. You can okay, you can send me the doubt in my mail, at my mail. Okay, okay, I'm finding. Okay, okay. Then. Thank you everyone. Thank you.